Hello guys, my name is Lasha and today I will be teaching you upper intermediate level video about vocabulary, and our topic for today's lesson is people and society. Let's see if we are live on YouTube. Let me load the page so I can see your comments, and also let me check Facebook if everything is all right with both of them. We are doing just fine on YouTube. Let me see Facebook as well. Okay, Facebook also started. Very good. So, our topic for today is people and society. I will be teaching you some words and phrases about people and society, and then we will do some exercises together about these words. Hi Duygu, and hi to all other students. Hello. Ecem, Zeynep. Good to see you back, Zeynep. So the first thing that I will explain to you is relationship and connection. When we are talking about relationship and connection, we should keep in mind one thing, that connection is a noun and it comes from the verb connect. Probably everybody knows the meaning of connect. It is to link two things together. This is true about connection, while relationship, it comes from relation. Okay, so relation is also noun and relationship is also noun. And when we are talking about these two words, relation and relationship, do you think they are same, guys, or there is difference? Relation and relationship, do you think they have same meaning? And I say hi to Sudanaz and Atsasai. So guys, my question is about relation and relationship. Atasai. Okay, I see it better now. Because my computer is a little bit far and I can't see well. So, is relation and relationship same, guys? Hi to Kafer. Of course they are not same. They are different. Relation is different. Relationship is different. First, I will give you the explanation of both of them. Then I will give you some sentences as example, and maybe you can understand better. When we are talking about relation, it refers to connection between two things. Both of them actually talks about connection between two things, but relation talks about the way how two things are connected to each other. Okay, while relationship, it is about the experience or the being of this relation. For example, you can say that I have very good relationship with someone. For example, I have good relationship with my manager, but you cannot say I have good relation with my manager. How can we use the word relation? Sometimes maybe you fill out some forms and there is a question, emergency contact number, and you write someone's name for your emergency contact and you write the number of this person, and then there is a question, relation. So what is the way how you're connected to this person? And you can write like family member, mother or father. This is relation, okay? But relationship is different. When we say relationship, we are talking about not the way, but the being or the experience between two people, usually people, but we can also say about things. There is no problem about it. For example, I have very good relationship with my manager or with my mother or etc. As for the connection, connection has a little bit different meaning, not very different meaning. Connection means it's about the action, guys. Connection is about the action to connect something with two things. For example, internet connection. So my computer is connected with some routers and modems to internet, and we use connection for this. Or we can also think about it like linking something. This is connection. Or maybe somebody asks you a question. What's your connection with that boy? And you can say that you know this person from your old job. So the person is asking, how did you meet? How did you meet this guy? Yes, we can say like that. Okay, I hope you understand the difference between connection, relationship, and relation. Actually, to be honest, they look like each other a lot, and in some sentences also it is very difficult to guess which one we need to use. Yeah, how did you know each other? This will be about connection, not about relationship. Yes. Next two words that we are going to discuss are blame and fault. Some people say they are similar to each other, but for me they are not similar, because fault, it is like mistake. Yes, it's my fault. It's my mistake. For example, you did something wrong and you want to apologize to someone. You will say, oh, I'm sorry, it's my fault. But you will not say, oh, I'm sorry, it's my blame. Okay? Because blame has different meaning. Blame is taking responsibility for something, or giving responsibility for something. In something, I mean mistake or some bad thing. For example, somebody stole my telephone. I don't know who did it. And then I go and say, aha, I think Michael did it. So I'm blaming Michael. I'm putting responsibility of stealing the phone to Michael. Okay, this is blame. Old and ancient. Ancient means very, very old. Probably we know the meaning of ancient like this. We can also talk about it and use some other words. So let me ask you guys, what other words do you know with same meaning as old? Hi, Mina. Thank you, Zeynep. Atasay, you are correct. Antique is one word that we can use, true. What other words can we use, guys, with the same meaning as old? Aged, very good one. Duygu, good, nice. So you understand the meaning of old and ancient, I'm sure. As for the next pair of words, crowd and audience. Audience we discussed in many videos. I had 2 lessons where I discussed audience. Audience is people who are listening to you. For example, right now you are watching my video, so you are my audience. Okay? But when we say crowd, it is also a group of people, but a group of people where one person is not so important. Like when we are talking about people, but together as a whole, we will say crowd. And it doesn't matter if one person leaves this group, nothing will change. For example, we can use crowd like this. There was a demonstration on the street and there was a big crowd. Okay, there was some kind of demonstration, and these people we can use as crowd. Okay, as a group of people. We can also use crowd as adjective, and it will be crowded. For example, Istanbul is a very crowded city. Okay, but we cannot say Istanbul is a very audience city. Okay, it's totally different. As for enjoy and please, probably everyone knows the meaning of please. Like when you want to ask something, can I please go out? This is different, please, but now I'm talking about please as a verb. Please means to make someone happy or to make someone satisfied. This is please. For example, my mom asked me to do something, to change the bulb in a lamp, and I did it. And after this, I can say I pleased my mom. I satisfied my mom. I did what she wanted. As for enjoy, enjoy is getting pleasure from something. For example, I enjoy teaching a lot. I love teaching. It's my passion, so I get pleasure from teaching. Yes, Atasai, you are correct. Like, pleased to meet you, nice to meet you, we can also use true. When we look at the word enjoy, probably we should also learn the word joy. It's noun and it means happiness. Okay. As for support and assist, they have very similar meaning to each other. Both of them mean help. To help someone in something. From assist, we also have one word, assistant. Assistant is the person who works with you and who helps you. For example, when I worked in a bank, I had an assistant. And assistant made all the calls and sent emails and these kind of things, okay? Kind and polite, both of them have same meaning. We can use both of them when we are talking about someone who is very good person, very nice person. We can say very kind, very polite person. But gentle also true, correct. Kind also has different meaning. For example, what kind of books do you like? In this sentence, kind means type. What type of books do you like? What kind of books do you like? This is one meaning. Another meaning, my girlfriend is very kind. So she's very polite person. She knows how to behave, how to treat people. Okay. Sympathetic and likable. We use these words if we want to talk about people who are liked by other people. Likeable. Okay. It comes from like, and when we add able, it becomes an adjective. Can you tell me, guys, what type of people are likable? What kind of people are likable in Turkey? Helpful. Rana says helpful. Okay, so Turkish society likes helpful and easygoing people. Very good. Thank you, Miss Fatma. Polite people are likable. Good job, Duygu. As for sympathetic, it comes from the word sympathy, And please don't mix up sympathy and empathy. Sympathy means when I like someone, I see a girl, for example, and I can say, oh, she is very sympathetic, so I like this person. This is sympathy and sympathetic, but empathy is different. Empathy is maybe same in Turkish, I'm not sure about it. When somebody is in a bad situation and you can understand this situation and you feel bad because this person is in a wrong situation. So this is empathy. You share another person's bad situation. This is empathy. I see some other comments also, confident and happy people. So Turkish society loves helpful, easygoing, polite, confident and happy people. Good. 5 qualities we've said. Nice. Now let's talk about some bad things. Nervous and bad-tempered. Nervous, maybe you understand and you know the meaning of it. I can give you an example of nervous. In the beginning of lessons, first 2 minutes, I always get nervous. Okay, so I feel kind of like excited, but in a bad way. Okay, this is nervous. As for bad-tempered, this is also adjective, and we use bad-tempered if we want to talk about a person who loses temper very easily. So a person who gets out of control and becomes angry very easily, this type of person is bad-tempered. For example, my father is a bad-tempered person. So he becomes angry suddenly. He needs just 1 second and he can be angry. These type of people we call bad-tempered people. Sensitive and sensible. They look like each other and maybe the sound, pronunciation also are kind of same, but they have totally different meaning. Sensitive is the person who cares about other people and who is kind of emotional. Okay? Emotional person, we can say sensitive. But sensible means reasonable. A person who is clever and can use the brain. Okay? Sensitive person makes decision with heart. Sensible person makes decision with brain. I think this is the best example for this. Yeah, sensible means logical. Atsa is correct. Also, there is one phrase, and I want to teach you this one. Culture sensitive. So we use culture and sensitive. This word means a person who cares about different cultures and who is always thinking about different cultures. For example, if you move from Turkey to, let's say, United States, in the United States there are many different cultures represented. Some people are from different countries, different ethnicity, and etc. You need to be very culture sensitive. For example, you should not say jokes about Brazilians, maybe, because Brazilians can be there next to you. This is culture sensitive. So you always think and you always care about different cultures. This we call culture sensitive. Company. Everyone knows one meaning of company, like when we are talking about business company or firm, but also company can be said about a group of people. For example, she is a very good company. This means she is a very good person to be with. Okay? Group, you understand the meaning of group, I think. Some people together, we say a group. Also, we have another word, band, B-A-N-D. Band we use for musical group. Which one is your favorite band, guys? What is your favorite musical band? Turkish or non-Turkish? My favorite band is probably my favorite band. Let me think. I don't like bands very much. I liked Spice Girls. If I can say band about Spice Girls, I like them very much. Atasay likes Beatles and Duygu enjoys 21 Pilots. Maroon 5 is also good. Nice. When we are talking about group, but for dancing, we can say dance troupe, T-R-O-U-P-E, or we can also say ensemble, E-N-S-E-M-B-L-E. Okay, so for dance, we will not say band, but we will say dance troupe or dance ensemble or dance group. For music, we will say music group or music band. Some Turkish bands also, Manga Manga, for Aysu and Kafer. Popular and famous. They have same meaning and we can use these words interchangeably. For example, we can say Manga is a famous band in Turkey, and we can say Beatles was popular in 1970s. Okay. Next group of words that we will talk about are typical, usual, and ordinary. Usual, probably everyone understands, and let's start with this one. Usual, so normal, nothing is different about it. We say usual. For example, today is an usual day for me. Nothing different happened. I woke up in the morning, I had my coffee, then I smoked cigarette, then I started having lessons. I watched some movies during the break time between lessons. Now I'm teaching YouTube lessons. So this is an usual day. Typical also has kind of same meaning. Maybe somebody can ask you, can you please describe your typical work day? You are having a job interview and they may ask you, can you please describe your typical work day? So, typical, it means like normal, usual, traditional, also we can say kind of in some situations. As for ordinary, it also has the same meaning with these two. But when we want to make the opposite, we can say unusual, unusual. So we add prefix un. Unusual, it means not usual. For ordinary, we will say extraordinary, and extraordinary has good meaning. Okay, so something is very, very good and different from other things, we will say extraordinary. When we say unusual, sorry guys, there is something wrong with my voice today. When we say unusual, it can be good or it can be bad. Both meanings for unusual. Close. Everyone knows the meaning of close as a verb, to close something. This is one meaning. If we use it as adjective, close means something is not far. For example, the supermarket is close to my house or close from my house. Near also has the same meaning. The market is near my house. There is almost no difference between them, and we can use these two words interchangeably in sentences. In the same sentence, you can use close and you can use near if we are talking about geographical location, okay? Unknown and infamous. We already talked about famous, so if we use prefix in, it becomes opposite, so infamous means not famous. Known also means popular, like everyone knows about the person. And if we use prefix un, it becomes not known, okay? For example, I can give you an example like this. My friend is a musician, but he's unknown. So many people don't know about him. He's unknown. I can use infamous in the same person. There is no problem about it. Now I think it's time to move to some exercises, and we will do 2 exercises about these words. Let's start with exercise like this, and we have got first sentence. Everyone said they had enjoyed, impressed, pleased, or excited themselves at the wedding. Which one do you think we need for question number 1, guys? A, B, C, or D? When you write answer, can you please also write the questions number? For example, 1D or 1C, 1B, like this, okay? We have some answers, and most people think D is correct answer. And some people also think A is correct answer. Here we need to pay attention to themselves. Okay? Because everyone is our subject, and then we have everyone said, so said is verb. Then we have another sentence within this sentence, they, subject, had and verb. Then we have themselves. So this is reflexive pronoun. So subject and object is the same. In this situation, we need to use A, because of themselves. Okay? We cannot use C, because after C, you need different person. For example, they had pleased me. Okay, they did something and it gave me pleasure. D, we can't use because of the meaning and also because of the grammar structure, because with excited, you will need to use verb be. So correct answer here is A. Everyone enjoyed or had enjoyed, sorry, themselves. Hello, Hoffman. For number 2, we have question like this. Mary seems to go out with a different group of friends, band of friends, company of friends, collection of friends, almost every night. This one is easy, I think, because very popular. It's very popular, and which one would you use? So Sümeyye, Atasay, Erdoğan, Duygu, Esra, Sena, Feli Ali, Erem, Hakan, Sudenaz, say group, and you are also correct. You are all correct. Good job. Hello, Azime. Also. Number 3. People can become very nervous bad-tempered, stressful, or pressed when they are stuck in traffic for a long time. When people are stuck in a traffic for a long time, they become Now let's discuss some grammar at the same time with this question. Some people think stressful for this answer, but you need to pay attention to suffix "ful." Stressful. We use stressful when we are talking about something which has a lot of stress. For example, my job is stressful. So my job gives me a lot of stress. But here it says people. We don't say people are stressful. We will say people are stressed. Okay, so C is definitely incorrect. We have A, B, and D. Pressed, it does not really make sense, so we just delete. Correct answer is A or B. Let's talk about it. Nervous means when you are kind of afraid of something. You don't feel good because you are afraid of something. You are waiting for something. That's why you are nervous. But in this situation, when you are in a traffic jam, you are not afraid of something. You are not waiting for something. There is nothing after it. So nervous is also incorrect, but the correct answer is people become very bad-tempered. So they lose control very easily and they become angry very easily. Remember, I said bad-tempered means to lose control easily and become angry easily. We can use stressful. For example, my job is very stressful. So my job gives me a lot of stress. Okay, this is stressful. As for question number 4, more and more people are living into high age, ancient age, far age, or old age. And it's a serious social problem. When we are talking about people who are not modern, their ideas are not modern, and they think like old way. Sena, Esra, Atasay, Erdoğan, Duygu, Ayberk, Sudenaz have correct answer. Yes, of course, it is old age. Thank you, guys. Question number 5. Stephanie seems to be very likable with her classmates, famous with her classmates, known with her classmates, or popular with her classmates. All the possible answers here have almost the same meaning. My advice to you is to think about grammar again and think about preposition with. Think about this. Actually, we already have some correct answers from Sena, Ayberk, Esra, Betül, Ümit, Sudenaz. Yep, it is definitely D. Thank you, guys. Let's see question number 6. Most usual, ordinary, typical, or medium people have no idea what it's like to be famous. We have different answers. As I see, most students think B or C. One of them is correct. And the correct answer is, guys, B, because if we say typical people, when you say typical, it should be about some group. For example, if we say typical person in Turkey, okay, then I understand that this is person who represents this group, who represents Turkish people. But in this sentence, we have almost no explanation about people, which people we are talking about. So we don't use typical, but instead we will use ordinary people. So people who are not famous. We had some correct answers, but now I don't remember who wrote which one. Thank you everyone for your ideas and comments. Number 7, when my parents got divorced, my best friend was very likable, amusing, sympathetic, or enjoyable, and listened to all my problems. I think with the meaning you can understand here. My parents got divorced and I was feeling very bad, so I needed someone to talk to, and I talked to one of my friends, and my friend listened to all my problems. So what can I say about my friend? What kind of friend he is? Is it likable friend? Not really. Of course, the person can be likable, but with this sentence, we don't understand anything about likable. Amusing, totally not correct about this situation. Enjoyable, why is it enjoyable when I had problems and I talked about problems? It's not actually enjoyable situation. So sympathetic is the best answer here. Hi Jada, and we had correct answer from Adam, Sena, Esra, and Atasay. Thank you guys. Question number 8. Rita is very level-headed, sensitive, sensible, or open-minded, and easily gets upset when people criticize her. I don't want to be sexist, but think about girls for this question. Rita is a girl. Eylem, Duygu, Atasay, Sümeyye, Erdoğan, Bekir, Esra, Sudenaz, Betül, Sena, Ayna, Bushra, and Adam. All of them have correct answers. It is, of course, sensitive person. Number 9. Police were called in when the crowd of people, company of people, audience of people, or herd of people began to get violent. So we are not talking about one person here. We are talking about group of people together as all of them. And I think we already have correct answer from Sena, Esra, Bushra, Atasay, Erdoğan, and Jada. The crowd of people. Correct. Number 10. My dad says he once met Robbie Williams when he was still unknown, hidden, infamous, or unrelated. Bushra is asking question, why not crowded? Why not crowded? Because crowd is a noun and crowded is adjective. Because we see here the and then we see preposition of, definitely we need to use crowd as a noun and we don't need to use crowded. Okay, Bushra. And as for the last one, probably you understand that hidden is not correct answer and unrelated is not correct. So the choice is between infamous or unknown. When I explained them, I said that they have same meaning, but actually I made kind of little mistake about it there. Infamous is well known for some bad quality. So guys, infamous means well known for some bad quality. And in this situation, we don't see any bad quality about Robbie Williams or my dad. So correct answer will be definitely A. Thank you to Jada, Ozhan, Esra, and Aina. Okay, I think we can do one more exercise. It's just 8 sentences and then we can have a break. Here you need to choose the correct word. You have 2 possible words. Number 1, these days many parents find it difficult to assist or to support a large family. We have correct answer from Sumeye and Atasay. Of course, to support a large family, because here the meaning is about earning money, which is enough for a family. So it's not just about assisting someone, but support like financial support. Number 2, forgetting to thank us for dinner is usual of George or typical of George. He always does this, so it becomes like normal for George. I see a lot of answers and Ayna, Sumeye, Atasay, Ozhan, Ümit have correct answers. Jada also, typical of George. If we say George usually does this, okay, no problem. But in this structure of the sentence, of course, it is better to say it's typical of him. So he always does this. We use it's typical of him or her. My grandma doesn't have any close family or near family. Her own age left. Everyone is correct here. Answer is close, of course. Of course, Oğuzhan, it's close. Number 4, in ancient times or in old times, people had a very different view of the world. In ancient times or in old times? Which one is a phrase, guys? Which one comes better to your ear? In ancient times or in old times? Only Betul thinks ancient and everyone else thinks old. And very good job to Betul, Azime, Ümit, Esra, and Duygu. Ancient times. This is from the history, the time period from the history we call ancient times. When we say old times, it can be like maybe 2 years ago. I did something with my friend. We always drank, let's say, 2 years ago, and when we lived together, and I see this friend and I will say, do you remember the old times? This is okay, but ancient times, it means from the history, the ancient times. Number 5, who was to blame for the argument? Who was to fault for the argument? Are we talking about taking responsibility or making mistake? Remember, making mistake is fault, taking responsibility for mistake is blame. So there is something like an argument and who we should blame this argument or whose fault is this argument. We have got correct answer from Betül, Atasay, Azime, Oğuzhan, Bushra, Ayna, Onur, Sena, Ceyda, blame, of course. I want to know who is responsible for this argument, okay? Number 6, do you know it's kind to close your mouth when you are eating or it's polite to close? Umut also gave correct answer for blame. I think number 6 is very easy. Again, think about your ear. Which one sounds better? It's polite to close, it's kind to close. When we are talking about table manners, we have correct answer from Atasay, Erdoğan, Duygu, Ayna, Esra, Ümit, Betül, İlayda, Oğuzhan, Ceyda, Bushra, Sudenaz, and ECP Ece. Yes, everyone thinks polite. Good. Number 7, Nathan's parents were very enjoyed or very pleased when they saw him in the school play. I think very easy, guys. It's very easy one. Yeah, of course, everyone says pleased, it is good, but as usual, Ceyda was the first one. I really envy Jada's internet connection speed. And last question for this exercise, I have a very good connection with my mother or very good relationship with my mother. Of course, everyone gives me correct answer. Not really everyone. Yeah, most of the people, 90% of the people have correct answer here. Relationship. True. I have very good relationship with my mother. Somebody asked me about opening more. I think the person wanted me to show more exercises, but we need to have break now for 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes I will be back with you. Please stay with us and I will be back with you in 15 minutes. Enjoy the break.
Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek. Adım at ki gerçekleşsin her dilek. Bekliyor seni parlak bir gelecek. Sen ona gittikçe o sana gelecek. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
A world full of joy and smile, a world where everyone only by satisfaction and learn to survive in the outside world. Justenglish style. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do what you don't see anywhere else. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do but do Justenglish style.
Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, macerayla tanış. Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, bu dünyaya karış. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
Knife.
Knife. Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Pronunciation.
Enthusiastic.
And enthusiasm. Enthusiastic.
Reci bilmiyorum.
Recipe.
Recipe. Recipe.
Bir daha.
Recipe.
Clark.
Clark.
Pronunciation.
Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek. Adım at ki gerçekleşsin her dilek. Bekliyor seni parlak bir gelecek. Sen ona gittikçe o sana gelecek. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
A world full of joy and smile, a world where everyone only by satisfaction and learn to survive in the outside world. Justinglish style. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do what you don't see anywhere else. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do but do Justinglish style.
Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, macerayla tanış. Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, bu dünyaya karış. Justinglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
Knife.
Knife. Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Pronunciation.
Enthusiastic.
And enthusiasm. Acoustic.
Reci bilmiyorum.
Recipe.
Recipe. Recipe.
Bir daha.
Recipe.
Clark.
Clark.
Clark. Pronunciation.
Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
I am back with you guys, and now we will talk about some word patterns and the formation of the words. Actually, you know all these words, I'm sure. We will just look at the pattern. So pattern, it means like how we use these words in a phrase and which prepositions we need with them and what is the structure of using them. For example, agree. Everybody knows the meaning of agree, and when we use the word agree, we can say agree with something or agree on something, or we can say also agree with somebody. Also, we can say agree that and start new clause sentence. For example, I agree that people are eating a lot of food these days. Because of the coronavirus, everyone is at home, and I think everyone is like me, eating a lot of food and maybe putting on some weight. As for allow, we can use allow somebody to do something or directly allow something. For example, my father allowed me to take the car. Approve, we can use approve something directly, or we can also use approve of something. As for ask, the easiest structure is ask somebody something. For example, the student asked a question. Also, we can use ask somebody to do something for you. For example, I asked her to help me. Okay? Ask about something or ask for something. Example for this one can be, I went to supermarket and I asked for milk. And last structure is ask if or ask whether. She asked if there were any buses from Bursa to Istanbul. Okay, a sentence like this. As for attack, we can use attack something directly or attack somebody for something, or an attack on something. There was an attack on the computer system. Maybe we can say something like this. As for ban, it is verb, and we can use ban somebody from something or ban something. For example, the government banned advertisements, maybe, or the government banned teachers from hitting the students or babies. It can be like this. Convince, it has the same meaning with persuade, and we can use convince somebody directly or convince somebody of something. Also, we can use convince somebody to do something. For example, I convinced my sister to apply for a job. Or also we can use convince somebody that. I convinced her that this new program was very good. Ban from games, Busha. Yes, we use it in games. Force somebody to do something. For example, my father forced me to wash car. Okay, or force somebody into something. We can also use this structure. As for independent, we can use independent of something or from something. For example, Georgian Orthodox Church is independent from Greece Orthodox Church. Let somebody do something. I think everyone knows the meaning and structure of this. I let my students use dictionary, for example. Object, here object means it is a verb, so it has a little bit different meaning from maybe what you know in other situations or sentences. Object here, it means not to agree about something, and we use object to something or object to doing blah blah blah. Pretend to be, for example, my friend came home and I did not want to speak with him, and I pretended to be sleeping. Or pretend to do something we can use, and pretend that. Rely on something or rely on somebody we can use. I rely on you. Okay. Guys, let me show you all of them so you can have a look and tell me if you don't know meaning of any of them. Maybe I can make these 180. It will be good for you. No, 165. Good. So, do you know all word patterns and do you understand meaning of all of them? Thank you, Oğuzhan and Duygu. Then we can move to the exercises. And if you have question, of course, you can ask me. Word patterns, we go to word patterns exercise. Here we go. We have exercise F. And you need to choose correct word. Number 1, the government is trying to convince people with the need for higher taxes, of the need for higher taxes, that the need for higher taxes, or for the need of higher taxes. Do you remember convince somebody? What do we need after it? Convince somebody. I can make a little bit bigger for you. I think you can see better now. If we use that, we need a new sentence structure. We need new subject, verb, object because there should be clause. So that is not correct in this case. Because I don't have any subject verb over here. With, of, or for. We have correct answer from Ayna. It is convince of. Duygu is also correct, and Ümit. And hi to Betant. Okay, guys, convince somebody of something. Sentence number 2, I believe that judges should be independent to the government, from the government, with the government, on the government. I think this one is easier. Independent, to, from, with, on. Which one do we use with independent? We have correct answer from Esra, Azime, and Oğuzhan, Jada, Duygu. No, sorry guys, you said on. My mistake. Correct answer is independent from. I thought B was from. I mixed up. So can you please write the question number also and the answer, for example 2B or 2D, because when I see only A, B, C, D, I don't understand anymore. Of course, we need to say independent from. If we say dependent, we use on, but independent from. Like different from, okay? So we had correct answer from Aybars. And who else? Who else? Let me check. Only. Number 3. Local residents object to having the new power station in their area. Esra was also correct. Okay, Esra. This one looks maybe very difficult, but actually no, because already we have some answers coming. For this one, I see Azime, Jada, and Atasay said to having, and maybe it sounds not correct to some people because they think we can't use to and ing together, but please pay attention that having in this sentence is noun, it's not verb. Therefore, D is totally correct because I need noun. Noun is having, and object we use with to. So I need to and then I need noun. Having is noun in this situation. Number 4. Do you think they should ban people from smoking, that smoking, in smoking, or of smoking in public places? Do you think they should ban people from smoking in public places, that smoking in public places, in smoking in public places, or of smoking in public places? I see in some of the sentences students make mistakes with this word, that. Remember one thing, when we use that, you always need to have clause after that. Clause, it means that there should be like a sentence structure with subject and verb. For example, I told her that I did not love her. Okay, if I say that, I need to say I, subject, did not love, verb, her, object. Okay, you cannot use only that and then noun form only or verb form or something. Okay, so that is totally not correct for this one. And I think we have a lot of correct answers from Aina, Azime, Bertrand, Oğuzhan, Esra, Atasay. We need to say number 4, of course, A. Ban people from smoking. Let's move over here to question number 5. The MP, do you remember meaning of MP, guys? Member of Parliament. The MP asked that the Prime Minister was aware of the growing social problem. The MP asked him the Prime Minister was aware of the growing social problem. The MP asked if the Prime Minister was aware of the growing social problem, or the MP asked what the Prime Minister was aware of the growing social problem. Here, think about grammar. For question 5, Ceyda, Umit, Ayna, Oğuzhan, Duygu think correct answer is C, if, and you are totally correct, guys, because the only correct structure grammatically is if. Esra also gave correct answer, and Azime and Sena. Of course, we can't say the member of parliament asked him, the prime minister. Totally not true. The MP asked that the prime minister was aware. Does not really make sense. Not correct. The MP asked what the prime minister, for example, if we say what, we can say the MP asked what the prime minister was going to do. Okay, but in this case, we don't have something like that. If we have whether, Ceyda, you are correct. Also, whether will be true answer for this. Number 6, we have something like this. Most people seem to agree on the newspaper's criticism of the government to, with, or that. Okay, I'm helping you. Definitely, that is not correct answer here. For number 6, we have possible answers already, and I see Umit, Sena, Ayna, Esra, Zeynep, Muhammad, and Aybars gave me correct answer. It is C. I agree with this idea, or I agree with something we need to use. Number 7, I don't think people should rely to the state, with the state, on the state, by the state, even if they are unemployed. I guess it's easy one. Most of the students are correct. 70 or 80% of the students are correct for this one, because correct answer is on. And when you are learning this kind of phrases, always try to memorize some phrase which is very easily memorizable for you. For example, for this one, you can always remember, rely on me. Okay, so when it is stuck into your mind, rely on me, every time you see rely, you understand that you need to use on. Okay, and we have last question for this exercise. The mayor was attacked for wasting public money, to waste public money, he wastes public money, or of wasting public money. Again, think about grammar. We have answers from Azime, Sena, Oğuzhan, Ayna, Atsay, Khan, Sena, Esra, and most of them are correct. Of course, we need to say A, because we need noun, wasting. So this one and this one is totally not true. And attack for is correct, not of. Therefore, our correct answer for this sentence is A, for wasting. Good. Let's see some other exercises. What we have here, we skip this one and we go to word formation exercise. So guys, there have been a lot of videos on our YouTube channel about word formation, how you can find the roots of the words, what are the prefixes and suffixes. Actually, tomorrow also at 2 o'clock, there is a lesson with Joseph and he will be teaching you word formation for upper intermediate level. It will be very good if you join. And we are doing kind of same exercise here. Now you have the root of the verbs and you need to use this word, but you need to change sometimes into noun, sometimes into adjective form of the word, okay? Let's start with first one. I had a really stupid, you need something here, with my best friend the other day. Because you see a, you understand that we need noun. Really is not noun, stupid is not noun, so here I need noun. Argue is verb and noun form is, what is noun form of argue? How do we form noun? I see correct answer from Esra, Atasay, Ceyda, Duygu, Sena, Azime, Ayna, and Zeynep. All of you are correct, guys. We need to say argument. Let me write the answers over here. So number one correct answer is argument. Let's continue. It all started because we were talking about, do we need noun, verb, adjective, or adverb? And having a family. So we were talking, this is my verb, about, probably we need again noun, and then also if I see, and having a family, this is another object for this sentence. Of course, we need to use noun form of the marry. Marry is a verb, and if I want to change marry into a noun, it will become marriage. Again, we have true answers from Esra, Ayna, Zeynep, Oğuzhan, Sena, Atasay, Ceyda, and Azime. I said that blah blah blah is important. See, we have this that, what we talked about a lot. Because you have that, then you need to use new sentence structure. So I need here subject. Subject is always made of noun. So you need to use polite in noun form. We have some interesting answers here. Esra, Ayna, Zeynep, Azime, Duygu, and Sena say politeness. This is totally correct, but I also like Atasay's answer. Grammatically, it can be totally true. Being polite is important. Also, it can be true. But I will write easier one. Politeness is important when you are married. And she said that she thought that was rubbish. And that blah, blah, blah is much more important. I think again we need to use noun form because you see here is. I see answer from Esra, Ceyda, Batuhan, Duygu, Zeynep, Ayna, and Oğuzhan. Kindness. All of you are correct, guys. Number 5. We were blah blah blah to agree. Do we need noun here? We were ability to agree, for example. Is it true? I think we should read the sentence because it also depends on the meaning. Well, we were blah blah blah to agree, and in the end she left without saying goodbye. She left. She did not even say goodbye. So think about it, guys. If we agreed, why she did not say goodbye? So it means we had not agreed. So you need to make maybe the negative of this. All of you found correctly that we needed adjective. Able is adjective, but because of the meaning of the sentence and situation, we need to use the opposite, negative form. I see answers unable from Esra, Atasay, Ceyda, Ayna, Zeynep. You are correct. As for not able, Duygu, grammatically, of course, it's correct. There is no problem. But the exercise says complete each line to form a word. So one word. Not able, it is 2 words. Therefore, unable is totally correct. And we have last sentence. I do hope it does not spoil our friend. Not friend, but what do we need to say? It doesn't spoil our Ceyda, Esra, Oğuzhan, Ayna, Zeynep, Duygu, Azime, Sena, Atasay have correct answer. Of course, we need to use here friendship. Good. Guys, we have some time, so we can do one more exercise. It's kind of similar exercise. Again, we need to complete sentences using the correct form of the word. Like you see person, so it can be personal, personality, personified, personally, something like this. My best friend has a great, we need the word here, and everyone likes her. Again, pay attention to a. We see a, then we see great, which is adjective, so definitely there must be a noun after it. I already see a lot of correct answers. Esra, Duygu, Sena, Atasay, Ceyda, Zeynep, İlayda, Oğuzhan, and Azime say personality, and you're totally correct, guys. We need to say personality for sentence number 1. As for sentence number 2, I have a good relate with my mom, and I can talk to her about everything. Is relate correct here? Azime wrote something very interesting. I wanted to ask you if relation is correct for this sentence. Remember, I explained the difference between relation and relationship. Relation is the way, and relationship is like being or the experience of the connection. So in this sentence, do we need the way how we are connected, or what kind of experience or sharing I have with my mother? Of course, we don't need the way here, and we need to use relationship. İlayda, Duygu, Ceyda, Oğuzhan, Sena, Atasay, Ayna, Zeynep, and Esra were correct. Relationship. Hello, Ismail. Number 3. They have just published a book of George Bush's correspond. Correspond is verb, but I cannot use here correspond as a verb. And it looks really interesting. See, we have apostrophe and s. It means that I need to use noun. For example, George Bush's computer. It's possessive case. Apostrophe s. We have very interesting answers for this. Correspondability, correspondence, correspondent. We already have correct answer. Now let's decide which one is noun. Correspondent is a person. Do we need person noun for this? Of course, we are not talking about person here. We are talking about action noun. Therefore, we need to use correspondence. Thank you, Duygu, Ceyda, Zeynep, Sena, Atasay. Yes, that's it. Sentence number 4. Jenny seemed willing, we need to use, to talk about her argument with Nancy, but I eventually got the facts. Do you remember what's the meaning of willing? Willing, it means want to do something. For example, I'm willing to see you. So it means I want to see you. But in this sentence, we need to change something because it says Jenny seemed blah, blah, blah to talk about her argument with Nancy, but I eventually got the facts. Because we have but, I eventually got the facts, so this is positive. Therefore, previous one should be kind of negative meaning, and we need here to use something negative. Let's see if we have correct answer. Yes, we do. Ceyda, Duygu, and Ayna say unwilling, also Azime, and you are correct, girls. All girls, I think. Yes. Zeynep, also a girl. Good. Unwilling. Come on, boys, where are you? Why don't we have boys? Oğuzhan, thank you very much, representing the only men. Number 5. As I waited for Kelly to arrive at the cinema, I bit my nails. Bit my nails. This is, some people enjoy it very much. Beat my nails. What do you need? Noun form, verb, adjective, or adverb? The word is nerve. Question is, how did I bite my nails? I see correct answer from everyone. Yes, definitely. We need to use here nervously. Adverb number 6. Ignore what Sharon says about you. It's just. What do we need? Noun, verb, adjective, or adverb? It is just. Probably we need object, so we need to use noun form. The given word is jealous. We need to make noun from jealous. Do you know how we form noun from the word jealous, guys? I see answers from Ayna, Azime, Duygu, Zeynep, Sena, and Oğuzhan and Atasay. Jealousy. You are totally correct, guys. Jealousy we need to use. Sentence number 7. In the past, children were expected to be very. The word is obey. Obey. This is, I think, difficult. Let's see if we get any correct answer. Maybe you will need to use your telephone, internet to search. Esra said very interesting one, obeyable. Obeyable, it means ability. So they had ability to obey, or they always obeyed the rules. So far, I don't see correct answer. Obeying can be kind of okay. Already we have answer from Duygu. Obedient. This is adjective form of obey. Obedient, it means someone who always obeys the rules. Yeah, this was difficult one. This is upper intermediate. Come on, guys. Number 8. Brenda blames her happy. Change happy with something on being single. But I'm not so sure. I'm glad that you learned one word, Atisai. Obedient. Esra, you are a girl. Think about it. Brenda blames, so something bad probably, on being single. What do you think? Brenda is happy because she is single, or Brenda is not happy because she is single? And I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm a boy, and I say I'm not so sure about it. I'm very sexist today. Sorry, guys, about it. Generally, I'm not like that, you know. And we have correct answer from Esra, unhappiness. There were just so many words that I could explain very well with gender examples. Zeynep and Duygu also provided the true answers for this one. Number 9. Tom knew that being chosen as class president was a real... Probably you need again noun because we have a article and you have adjective real, and here you need to use noun. Achieve is verb. Try to change achieve into a noun form. Esra, Ayna, Senam, Duygu, Atasay, Azime, and Zeynep have already provided me with correct answers. Of course, we need to say achievement. Good one. And we have got last sentence for this exercise and for the lesson, actually. Kevin is so sensitive that you have to be very... Probably adjective. What you say to him. Esra, Atasay, and Oğuzhan have said careful, and you are totally correct, guys. If we need to be very careful with the person, it means this person is very sensitive. Sena, Azime, and Jada also gave me correct answers, but with one L, please, guys. When we use adjective, it is with one L. If you want to make adverb carefully, it will be double L. Here, of course, we don't need adverb, but we need adjective. Time is almost over for the lesson. Guys, thank you very much for joining our class today. I think we had quite a good one today, and it was enjoyable. We managed to learn some new words, and some of them we revised, and we have done a lot of exercises. Please subscribe to our channels, and if you miss some of our videos, no problem. You can always see the uploaded videos on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter accounts. Again, I want to tell you that tomorrow there is a good lesson on upper intermediate level about word formation, what we have been doing right now with Joseph tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And also today at 9 o'clock there is a lesson for YDS students, about solving some of the questions with Miss Fatma Nur. And please join the lesson if it is interesting topic for you. I wish you a good day. Please stay safe and healthy, most importantly, and enjoy the night. Bye bye.